Welcome to another academic English class here at verbling.com. Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Today we're going to read a story from USA Today, Google I/O, Apple on their minds. This story comes from San Francisco, and we'll get started shortly. Hi, Joseph.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, teacher.
Good. Your voice sounds really clear today.
Yeah, I changed my microphone.
Buddy?
I bought another one.
You bought another one.
Both.
Well, you sound like a new person.
I don't know. I don't hear my voice.
No, you sound like a new person. It's very clear.
Okay, it's better. You can find my mistakes very easy.
It's a lot better. So congrats on getting that new microphone. It's a really good one.
It only cost $9.
That's a good price.
It is very low price. The other one, my other microphone, costs me $30.
Cost you $30. Wow.
And doesn't work. It doesn't work well.
No, it doesn't. That's the way it goes sometimes.
But this very cheap works better than the other.
Yeah, it does. Well, welcome. Well, I'm glad you're able to get that microphone because, like I said, it'll make a huge difference.
Okay.
So that's awesome, Joseph. Hi, Luis.
Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday. Yeah. One more week.
Yeah, that's right. One more week and I get a week off. Yay!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I get a week off coming up shortly.
I have to move to Canada.
Yes, it's nice up here. We have winter 6 months of the year. So yeah, maybe you should. I don't know, if you go to Canada, go to the West Coast. It's not as cold there.
West Coast.
West Coast, Vancouver area.
Ah, okay.
Hi, Nora.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Happy Monday.
You too.
How was your weekend?
I'm on a vacation from school now, so it doesn't matter. Every day is a weekend for me.
Oh, Luis, see, that's the deal you want. Not just a week off. You want every day to be a weekend.
Oh.
I know, that's awesome. Hi, Rodolfo.
Hi, teacher.
Where are you from, Rodolfo?
I'm from Colombia.
Ah, have you taken my classes before?
No, teacher, it's my first class with you.
I thought so. I didn't recognize you.
No, teacher. I am in science 1 week ago.
Well, I'm glad you joined. How are you finding it so far?
Excuse me?
I'm glad you joined. How are you finding it so far?
I don't understand, teacher.
How are you finding Verbling?
In the internet, I find online classes.
No. How are you enjoying the classes?
How enjoying?
How are you enjoying the classes, Rodolfo?
Teacher, I don't understand. Excuse me.
Okay. Just to let you know, Rodolfo, this is an intermediate class. If you're having trouble with some of the questions I'm asking, you might find today's class a little bit difficult, just to let you know. So I was asking you, how are you enjoying the classes?
I don't understand the word enjoying, teacher. Enjoying is
To like,
okay.
process of liking.
In this moment, I am studying English in a language school, but I see that I don't improve my English, my speaking, and my grammar is so.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Rodolfo. Like I said, you might find this class a little tough because it's at an intermediate level and borderlines on the advanced level. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
All right. Hello, Hyde.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. You're looking a little different today. You have, are those wings that you have?
Yeah, I changed.
Wow, it's taken years and this is the new Hyde.
New hide.
Welcome. Did you have a good weekend, Hyde?
Yeah, so
Good.
good. Not bad.
Well, that's not too bad. Another work week ahead of us here. You're all well and feeling better?
Mm-hmm. A little better.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Johanna. Hello, Johanna.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Good.
I
Excellent.
was relaxing a little.
That's all one could ask, to relax on the weekend instead of working. That's good. Well, welcome to my class.
Thank you.
Hi, Randy. Welcome to class. Randy's fumbling for his microphone, I think. Keiko, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Good to see you.
To see you too.
All right. Guys, as always, please open up Google Drive. That's this icon here. So it's very important that you open Google Drive and then click on Hangout Notes right here, because the article we're going to read together today is located in Google Drive. I will also highlight words that you have trouble saying, and then I'll correct you on those. So it's very helpful if you do have this open, because I'll bold them as we talk. Okay? So again, have Google Drive open, and then click on Hangout Notes. All right. Hey, Cal, I'm wondering if you could honor us first by reading the first paragraph. The title of the story, let me get that for you guys, because it doesn't make a lot of sense without a title.
Yes, teacher.
There we go. Okay, so if you could please go ahead and read the first paragraph and the title, please, Keiko.
Google I/O. Apple on their minds. San Francisco. Oh, sorry. I cannot see the text, teacher.
Okay, are you in Google Drive?
Only a moment, please.
Yeah, let me know when you're there. I'm going to go to Hyde right now. Hyde, could you read the first paragraph, please?
Okay. San Francisco. When Google went public in the summer of 2004, few to none on Wall Street viewed the Internet search powerhouse as a threat to hardware maker Apple or Basbos. Either Yahoo or Microsoft as Google's chief rival.
Hold on, I'm going to have to mute you, and I'm getting too much noise coming from your connection. Sorry, Hyde, I didn't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you, Hyde.
Oh, really?
Yes, what's your question, Hyde?
No, I didn't have any question. I read
Okay.
until chief rival.
All right. How do, please say vice versa.
Vice versa.
Excellent. As a threat.
As a threat.
Okay, good. Few to none.
Few to none.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Keiko, do you have Google Drive open now?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. Okay, so I'll have you read the highlighted text, please.
Okay. Most saw either Yahoo or Microsoft as Google's chief rival. But that was before the desktop internet began turning into the mobile web as consumers, especially younger ones, shifted to smartphones and tablets for their digital content.
Digital content. Digital content.
Digital content.
Content.
Digital content.
All right, I want you to pinch your nose like this so no air can come out. And I want you to say digital content one more time.
Digital content.
Okay, you notice how you feel pressure on your fingers when you say content?
Yes.
It's because you're using a nasal sound. In English, we don't have that. So listen to how I say it with my nose pinched. Digital content. Not much of a difference. Okay.
Digital content.
Better. So this is something you can practice when you're speaking English. If you feel your pronunciation's off, pinch your nose, and if you feel pressure on your fingers, you know you're sending air through your nose and you shouldn't. So it's a good little technique.
Thank you, teacher.
You're very welcome. Johanna, could you read the next paragraph, please?
Okay. On Wednesday, when Google kicks off its annual I/O conference here, Apple will very much be on the collective mind of its developer community as the two platforms V for mobile software dominate.
Okay, V.
V.
Yeah, it's not an English word. Okay.
What is mean?
French. Well, V. So let's look at the sentence here. As the two platforms V for mobile software dominance, as they go for.
Okay.
That's what they're really going for, right?
Okay.
All right. Community.
Community.
Developer.
Developer.
I/O conference.
I/O conference.
Yeah, you can say it like it's a word instead of two separate letters. I/O.
I/O conference.
Excellent. Good, excellent.
Okay.
Next paragraph. Joseph, please.
Okay. Last month, Google said its Gmail program was the first Android app to pass 1 billion downloads on Google Play. Its online store. Earlier this month, Google said its Map app had also hit that milestone.
That.
Okay,
let's watch my lips here. So the TH sound, we bring our teeth together. We stick our tongue in between, essentially blocking the air. And to get that TH sound is we relax our tongue.
That.
Perfect. Well done. And here we go. The TH sound again. Month.
month,
Month.
month,
Program.
program,
Downloads on Google Play.
downloads on Google Play,
Much better. Let's do it a few more times though. Downloads.
downloads,
Downloads.
downloads.
Much better. Well done, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I still can't get over that microphone. You sound like a completely different person.
It's
All
better.
right. Yeah, no, it's great. Luis, next paragraph, please.
Yet, while Android apps have been gaining momentum, especially overseas, Apple devices are still the favorites of high-end American mobile consumers, especially those who watch a lot of web video.
Consumers.
Consumers.
Apple devices.
Apple devices.
Excellent. Momentum.
Momentum.
Excellent. Yet while Android.
Yet while Android.
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 So Android, it's kind of like this. Where's Android? There we go. It's kind of like those two words. Android.
Android.
Perfect.
Android.
Thank you, Luis. All right. Nora, could you read the next paragraph, please?
Okay. Apple devices play almost 2/3 of that video traffic now, but which operating system will host the majority of mobile content and users? In another 5 or 10 years, Google's Android or Apple's iOS?
Google's Android.
Google's Android.
Apple's iOS.
Apple's iOS.
Apple's.
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 iOS.
iOS.
Okay. Now, it seems to be different with every word sometimes. Whenever we have what we call TLAs. Okay, so does anybody know what a TLA is? I didn't think so. It means 2 or 3 letter acronym. It's an abbreviation. So iOS doesn't actually stand for iOS. That's the trademark, but OS stands for operating system. Right? Yeah. So in this case, we say all the letters together. iOS. iOS. Above earlier, we had I/O conference. Okay? But there are other TLAs such as ETC. We actually say them like words. Etsy. Others, you might hear this BBC, they refer to it as the Beeb. It can vary from acronym to acronym. Okay, so don't get hung up over that. The more you speak to people, the more you realize how people say certain acronyms. That's how we all figure it out. And even myself, being a native English speaker, doesn't always know how to say acronyms when I first see them. Okay? Pretty normal. Randy, the next paragraph, please. Oh, sorry, before I go to Randy, sorry, Nora. Will host.
Okay. Will host.
Will.
Will host.
Excellent. Yeah, the L, our tongue must touch the roof of our mouth. Will.
Will host.
Excellent. Video traffic now.
Video traffic now.
Excellent. Well done.
I have problems with the L and T.
Well, let's work on the L for a little bit. See, L's are a little tricky for some. What you must do is your tongue must go to the roof of your mouth. Will, fickle. If the tongue does not go to the roof of your mouth like this, you're not going to get that sound.
Well,
Yeah, and you'll get like a la at the end. Will,
Yeah.
fickle, mobile, especially. Okay, so make sure you do that. We're not going to get
I
into
do
the...
it with all the L's. I do this with all the L's in every word, or is
Yes.
it different from word to word?
Well, I'll say yes, you do it for everyone. However, when you start speaking in sentences, we have something called flow. So let me read a sentence to you, and in this sentence I'm going to enunciate every word clearly. And then I want you to tell me how good it sounds after I finish, okay? Making a solid prediction on that score is hard to do, given the fickle nature of the mobile market. Did that sound natural?
Yeah, you stress some of the letters.
I did. Did I enunciate clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, but did it sound weird?
Yes. Because it was slow.
It wasn't because it was slow. It was because I didn't do something, and that thing that I didn't do was add flow. So as we go from one word to another, we create a flow. So listen now, I'll read it again. Making a solid prediction on that score is hard to do, given the fickle nature of the mobile market.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah. So when I say yes, you must always pronounce the L by touching the roof of your tongue. In a sentence, you're not as strict with pronunciation. But when you practice each word, yes, each word you should say properly. All right, who's fiddling around with the words there? Please don't change the text of the words, guys. I don't mind if you bold words if you want me to repeat them for you, or if you want me to say them for you, but don't change the size. It makes reading a little difficult. All right, Randy, next paragraph, please.
Making a solid prediction on that score is hard to do, given the fickle nature of the mobile market, especially as the wide array of new internet-capable devices further expand the app economy.
Okay, just a second, please. Internet-capable devices.
Internet-capable devices.
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 Better, excellent. Vice.
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 I. Very good. See, French has a very good flow to it. It's amazing how words flow in French. In English, we're a bit more brutal. After all, English is a Germanic language, not a Romance language. Your pronunciation is very good, but I want to help you reduce your French accent a little bit. So I'm going to pinch my nose. I. Okay. Devices.
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 Better. Excellent. Internet-capable devices.
Internet-capable devices.
Excellent. And again, when speaking English, you might want to try every now and then, pinch your nose, because there's obviously a lot of nasal sounds in French. And in English, we don't use those. It doesn't mean we can't understand people with a French accent. However, if you want to speak more with an English dialect, just pinch your nose and you can tell when those you're using a nasal sound with English. Nature.
Nature.
A.
A.
Now pinch your nose and say A.
A.
Nature.
Nature.
Much better. Excellent. Thank you, Randy. All right, next paragraph. Rodolfo, could you read the next paragraph, please?
Everything from home appliances to cars to human bodies to drones is going online. Wireless technology proliferates and grows more sophisticated.
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 Excellent. Proliferates.
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 Left.
Left.
Yeah, it's not life. Proliferates.
Proliferates.
Excellent. Drones.
Drones.
Going.
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 Now you'll hear kind of two ways that people will say this in English. Going, which is the way I say it, it's almost as though the G isn't there. And other people that really emphasize the G. Going.
Going.
I think most people generally say it going with a very, very soft G.
Going.
All right?
Going.
Appliances.
Appliances.
Excellent. Well done, sir. Okay, next paragraph. Actually, let's go for the next two paragraphs. Anna Paula. You've waited patiently. The next two paragraphs, please. Or maybe she's walked away. All right. Keiko, next two paragraphs, please.
All will be controlled more with web software, creating large new opportunities for app writers and further rolling the market.
Oops, sorry.
Independent mobile developers face a tug of war with each new app and feature they code.
Okay, code.
Code.
New app.
New app.
Rolling.
Rolling.
App writers.
App writers.
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 Opportunities.
Opportunities.
Controlled more.
Controlled more.
Web software.
Web software.
What does rolling mean? You know what, believe it or not, I've never heard this word until today. It's a new word for me too. It means to muddy the waters, to make them turbid. Okay, turbidity, this is a really big word. If you're an engineer, you work with water, or you're a fisherman, turbid waters mean there's a lot of particulates or small things in the water. So water is oxygen and hydrogen, but when we have fish and plants living in there, we have very, very small bits. Okay? So rolling the market means to muddy the market, to make it less understandable maybe, to make it more confusing. All right, so I'm going to read the rest of it, guys, because I want you to hear me speak. And then we'll get into a discussion. We'll talk about this story. What is it about? What does it mean? Now, as I read, if there's a word you don't understand or you want me to say again, just double-click on the word and make it bold. Okay? So here I go. Do they write a program first for Apple's App Store or for Google Play, the online home of Android apps? The best answer is to do both, but that can be a weighty decision for small development teams. For small development teams with limited resources. Apple CEO Tim Cook has this year used some impressive stats as carrots to urge the iOS developer community. In January, he said App Store users spent $10 billion in 2013 and that Apple had paid out more than $15 billion to developers in aggregate. In June, Cook said, the store now has 1.2 million apps and has served up a whopping 75 billion app downloads. On Wednesday, look for similar types of update stats from Google as it battles Apple, now its primary rival in its most important growth market. Okay, I have a lot of new students in the class, so I want to let you know, if you're unfamiliar with my class, what we do for the first half of the class is we read. I help you with your pronunciation. Whenever I hear a word I'm not completely happy with, I'll bold it. It doesn't mean you're saying it badly. Sometimes your pronunciation is just off a little bit, and I want to help you improve. The next half of the class, we spend focusing on comprehension. Did you listen properly? Because now we're going to talk. A lot of students have asked for more talk time. Guys, you should be able to talk as much as you want here. I'm going to stop talking. And I want to ask you what you think of what we heard today. Randy, what is this story about?
So the story was about Apple, about their application, and there was a comparison between Apple and the others, like Yahoo, or Google, or
Thank you. Guys, if you go to the bottom of the document, you'll notice I've added some text. There's a question. What is this story about? What I would like you guys to do while others are talking is start writing. Tell me what this story is about. This is where you get to practice some of your writing. Thank you, Randy. Nora, what else is this story about?
It's like it talks about Google and how Apple is not considered as a rival for it.
Who's the bigger rival, do you think, here? Who has the most to lose?
Google, and its rival is Microsoft, and what's the second one? Yahoo. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the biggest rival is between which two companies?
Google and Apple.
Yeah, that's correct. Excellent. Very well done. Rodolfo, what else is this story about?
It's a comparison between Apple and Google, the applications, and say that Apple is the favorite of the more high, I don't know the word.
High end?
Yes, and is the preferred for the tablets and digital content and mobile.
Which market?
Yes, smartphones
No,
and
no.
tablets.
In which market is Apple the leader?
Apple.
All right, well, hold on a minute. Let me just open the question up to everybody. And I see only one person typing here. I only see Joseph typing. So everybody, practice your typing skills. So what is the major market here that Apple seems to do well in?
This is a question for everybody.
For everybody, whoever wants to answer first.
Maybe smartphones and tablets.
Among intensive users of video, intensive watchers of videos.
Okay, but in which market? Like in Europe, in Asia?
In US.
Yeah, in the United States, correct. What is an app?
That's are programs that are developed for Apple.
Yeah. So we might have
one programmer does a program and then sells to Apple.
Writes or develops a program.
And Apple publishes or sells that program worldwide.
Yeah, now here's really the difference. For my computer, if it's for my computer, we generally call it an application. At least that's how our parents call them. Today, we generally say apps. It's kind of cool. Now, there are some people who say, well, we use the term apps for tablets and smartphones, but in business, we will still call them applications. That might be changing, but that's currently the belief. Apps are one-off applications. They have one purpose. They tell weather, or they report on your health, or they provide you with news, or one is a converter of some sort. But they have a single purpose. Applications, like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, you can do more than one thing. In Word, you can create a table, you can create text, you can insert pictures, you can edit pictures. There are far fewer of those types of apps on mobile devices. Yes, I know Pages is an iOS version of an app that allows you to do all that. But right now, most of the apps are single purpose, and we're generally using the term app for consumer apps or applications. In business, we generally still refer to them as applications. All right, Johanna.
Yeah.
What's something that you learned about in this article today?
Okay, about the context or the
anything
vocabulary, anything. Okay, I learned some words, vocabulary, and about the content of the text. I learned about the competition of the battle between Google and Apple.
Mm-hmm.
How is this competition? They try to understand the market and give them the best product, but all the time is hard to understand the competition, the customers, so they have to be one step more than the others.
It can be very difficult to understand the competition, even for companies like Google.
Yes, it's true.
Okay. Apple and Google. Guys, when it comes to Apple and Google, which company do you think will be the winner or the most successful of the two companies?
Uh, it the article seems that they say that they don't have a prediction for what you
Yeah,
said.
You're right, but I asked you what you thought.
I think each one of them has strengths, but I think Google is more powerful on the long run. I don't know why.
Don't know
Because
why.
they have
Uh,
Because maybe
products.
it's
Well,
unpredictable because
guys,
I think
you
guys,
don't have.
I don't mind you all talking, but let a student finish first, and make sure you give the student a bit of time, because remember, not all of you are able to talk quickly, so be patient with whoever's speaking. Go ahead, Nora.
I think they both are powerful, but I think Apple. I think it's just a trend, maybe a long trend for the smartphones and the tablets. But Google, I think it's a main thing in every house. It will last more than Apple.
Really interesting. Now, I've noticed that whenever I watch TV, I always see Apple devices on TV shows and movies and not Samsung devices or Google devices. But maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
but Google has another features other than the devices. For example, the search engine, the Google Maps.
I would say that
They have
Google only has one product.
searching.
Yes, and everything else supports its searching dominance.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
hmm In fact, guys, and then I'll let you speak again, the big scary thing for Google is when Apple decides they're going to make Microsoft Search or Yahoo Search the default search engine on all their devices, because that steers people away from Google.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, when Apple came out with their own apps, that was not a good thing for Google. So others, what other questions? Sorry I had to interrupt a few of you when Nora was talking, but what are your thoughts, guys? Who wants to go next?
Mm, what's your question?
I don't know. I don't
Mm,
know what I said 5 minutes ago.
I
What do you
think
think is more successful, Google or Apple?
Oh yeah, who will in the future be more successful, Apple or Google?
I think that uh, that uh, I can make a prediction
I like
uh,
predictions.
because you don't know how the market will change in the future. Uh, there are a lot of developers that are surging, and maybe they can take over the market, and Google can lose the battle against all the others developers.
It's true. It's true. Good. Johanna, what do you think?
I think that the both of them have the chance to be successful at the future because for a part, Google have a lot of products, free products that they they had a bigger market because they use the publicity for sales, and Apple is more attractive for I don't know. It's like expensive, but it's uh, their products are very nice. I don't know. So
Well-
I think that the both of them have the chance to be successful.
Well, Johanna, let me kind of help you with a bit of differentiation here. With Apple, almost every one of the products they make returns about 30 to 40% profit. Okay? They
Okay.
make 30 to 40% on everything they sell. However, when it comes to Google, they don't make any money on Android. They don't make any money on Google Docs. They don't make any money on Google Glass. They don't make any money on their Android operating system for their smartphones. Google makes the majority of their money from search. So yes, they have a lot of products, but these products don't make money by themselves.
No, they are free.
So for Google, Google will survive and live and do well if Google can keep getting you guys to search and click on ads. That's how Google makes its money, off ads. If you put an ad blocker on your computer, Google no longer makes money off you. If you use Bing, Android is a free operating system. Google gives it away freely.
Okay.
So they don't make money off of it. That's what I mean by it doesn't make money.
But they can charge for it in the future.
Well, they
Mhm.
haven't, right? They may, we don't know, but they haven't right now. And some companies that are using Android are paying licensing fees to Microsoft because Microsoft claims that Android uses some of their patents or patents. Okay, let's go to Joseph. What do you think, Joseph?
About the battle? About
About who might win and why?
as you said, Google makes money from other parts, not only for searching. It makes money from the people who use their applications, and the others like Apple only makes money from one source. I think this diversification can help Google to survive in the future.
But you said that Apple only has one source. I think you mean Google only has one source. Apple makes money off of hardware such as iPhones, iPods, iPads, computers, laptops. They make money off software, off apps to some degree. So no, they have multiple revenue sources.
And Apple's don't make money with when other people is using Apple applications. Google don't make money when people is using Apple application. Did you say that?
Well, it depends on the app. So Apple, for every application sold in the App Store, Apple takes 30%. Okay? Now, if the app is free, then obviously Apple doesn't make any money on that. Neither does the developer. But Apple takes 30% of all apps and in-store purchases.
And Google?
Well, Google has their own app store, and again, they sell apps that are their own. Well, they give away apps that are their own, and they sell developer apps. And Google takes a certain portion of that. It is less than 30%, though.
Okay.
Mr. Simon.
Yes.
Did
So
you
I
study
think
business?
Sorry. Give me a sec. So I'll let you finish your thought there, Joseph.
so. I think the Apple is gonna win the battle
Well, they might.
because yes.
I think what people realize, it's not a matter with whether Google or Apple will win. It's the matter of how can Google continue to bring in ad revenue when smartphones and tablets function differently. When you guys search for something on your smartphone, it doesn't always bring up a Google ad, not on Apple devices and not all Microsoft devices. If you ask your computer, such as Siri or Microsoft's version of Siri, which I think is Cortana, you ask a question such as, what is the weather today? Cortana and Siri will say, it's 25 degrees. Now, it used to be we'd type that on our computer and Google would present us with a whole bunch of information and we could see ads. Don't have that now. So what's starting to happen is Microsoft, Apple, and others are moving away from where you guys actually have to type in the search directly to where other applications are providing you the information.
So
And there's
you
less
said
likely of you to click on an ad.
so you said if many people quit to use this searching model from Google, Google don't make any money.
Well, they'll
Or
start to make a little bit less. But don't worry, Google's still making lots of money. And Google is always thinking up new business models. They just recently bought Boston Dynamics, which makes robots and very interesting robots. So I wouldn't count Google out yet, but I think even they realize that search is going to become more difficult in the future. Nora, you had a question.
Yeah, two actually.
Uh-oh.
You said that searching in Apple devices doesn't bring ads, but it does bring ads if I open the Google app.
Well, see, that depends. If you go to a Google app, yes, it does. I don't have my
Safari.
Give me a minute.
Safari.
I'm going to go get my iPad. I want to show you something. All right, guys. So I'm going to take you off my headset so you can hear here. So here's an example. Now, I know Microsoft tablets work the same way, but let's say I want to find out today's World Cup scores. Siri, who won in the World Cup today? Oh, it's in French, so I got to switch to English because right now Siri's speaking French.
Wow.
Hold on, English, Canada, here we go. Siri, who won in the World Cup today?
who
No.
can help me with what?
Looks like Siri's fallen asleep. Oh, I turned it off. I got to turn my Wi-Fi back on. All right, let's try that again. Siri, what's the temperature outside?
It's currently 19 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Notice there's no ads. Okay, let me try.
We can't see now.
No, you can. I'm showing you the screen. I'm going to ask her something else. Who won in the World Cup today?
Okay, these are the standings for the World Cup.
Look at that. No ads,
Still.
right?
But
Siri,
few
what's
people use Siri.
5,000 divided by 6. So I asked her a math question.
Checking on that. The answer is 7,500.
But not everybody uses Siri.
I would say over 120 million people use Siri. And if
Where
you want
did you get this
Microsoft
number?
apps, then you've got those people using it. I think you're missing my point. What I'm saying is, 10 years ago, everybody used Google. Now,
Yeah.
Apple doesn't like Google anymore, and Apple is saying, you know what? We're going to use Siri, and we're going to bypass all the Google ads. Now watch this, too. For directions, what if I need turn-by-turn directions? Watch this. Siri,
Simon,
give me directions to my office.
Getting directions to Simon Yates work.
So, opens up a map,
Wow, good.
where I am, and it gives me turn-by-turn navigation.
Starting route to 395 Malik Drive. Head west on the recording. Then turn left on
Okay, that's enough, Siri.
Yeah.
So, all I'm trying to say is I'm not saying who's going to win, but we used to go to Google for Maps.
Yeah.
For all these things we search for, I didn't see one ad, did I? Google was
Yeah,
not.
true.
Yeah.
So, as Twitter and Facebook and all these other social network things start steering people away from Google, because let's face it, guys, Facebook makes more money if they don't use Google, right? So we got Facebook, we have Apple, Microsoft, steering people away from Google.
Yeah, that's true. That leads me to my second question.
Okay?
Did you study business?
Yes.
Okay, that's obvious.
Yeah.
Because you convince me every time you say something.
Well, all I'm trying to do is introduce new vocabulary, not make your decisions for you, but present you with information. So,
Yeah, and you present numbers and facts, not just opinions.
yeah, well, I don't want too much of opinion there. I wanted to show you different technology and have you see what financial analysts are seeing. That more and more people are competing with Google on its one main revenue source. Whereas Apple, when they come out with a new smartphone, they change the market. New tablet changes the market.
Yeah, created new markets.
Well, not necessarily create new markets. Apple wasn't the first one to create a tablet. Microsoft did 10 years earlier.
But no one knew about it.
Because it wasn't good. Right? So don't think that Apple is this inventor of new stuff. They're not. They take existing stuff and make it better. Samsung's come out with a smartwatch. Apple, they say, will come out with one. We'll have to see if it's better.
Yeah, but you know that this genius that was managing this big company is dead. So how this can affect that to this company? Or
Don't know, do we? If Apple continues to come up with wonderful things, and they said this year they'll have wonderful things, and if they do, well, then it looks like they're still doing well. But I can assure you that for Apple to succeed, it takes more than just one person. And Johnny Ive was very much in charge of design and all that, aesthetic and how they looked well. Another guy was in charge of the operating system for the iPhone and the computers. It took more than just one of these guys. It takes a lot of work to do any one of those projects, and it takes a lot of good people. Can Apple continue to retain them? Who knows?
maybe, but you know the direction of all the company was under this Stephen Stephen Jobs.
Like a dictator.
Yeah, maybe that can affect to all the group. They
Well,
don't have.
We will have a better idea next year, because then it'll be at least 3 to 4 years after his death. Where companies fail is not always with the transition in leader, it's where they do not innovate. They stop inventing, like Kodak, like Nokia. They sit back thinking they're the best in the market and do nothing to innovate. That, I think, will be the
we will see the next year. Maybe we can see if they are so innovating without this Stephen Jobs.
Yeah, we'll find out. But guys, I apologize. We've actually run over our time limit for today. I've got a link at the top of this document, and you're more than welcome to copy anything in there from the notes. If you go to my teaching page there, you can see the next 6 classes that I teach, along with the start time in your local time. So I want to say thank you to each of you for choosing me as your teacher today. I'm back here tomorrow with another class. Go to my page to find out what it is, and I hope to see you then. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.